I mean, really, as long as the people in the building are good with me, like, I don't really care what everybody else say. I don't really read all the Twitter comments and stuff. 'Cause, you know, people get real comfortable.
The trolls.
Yeah, they get real comfortable typing from their basement when they're not right, you know, face to face.
Yeah, when they see you, they be like,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even read that stuff, man. But my friends and stuff, they be on it. They always let me know what's going on.
Oh, so they clap back for you.
For sure.
You got the clap back
Absolutely.
friends.
I got those kind of friends.
What's up, everybody? We got another episode of the Law of Athlete podcast. Today, we got law number 6, becoming a student of the game. And today, even better, we have our guest with us, Jennifer King, running back assistant coach for the Washington football team. I almost messed around and called them the Redskins, but that's cool or whatever.
Nah,
but
facts.
We are so happy to have you here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Appreciate having you for real, man. I know it was a lot going on, but we glad that you are here today. So we about to definitely gonna have a great conversation.
For sure. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so I mean, where do we even start with like your career? We got to throw it out there and mention first and foremost the first African American female coach with a full-time position in the NFL. Just, you know, breaking barriers. What was it like when you got that news that they were gonna put you on full-time as opposed to just being an intern?
It was exciting. You know, I was working in the office. Coach came by and kind of let me know what was going on. And I went right back to work what I was doing. I didn't even tell anybody.
So
I was excited.
chilling.
I was excited.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was working. So.
I know you went in the bathroom and looked in the mirror like, damn, I did it. Yeah.
Nah, I didn't even do that. I was happy, but I just kept grinding.
Wow, that's not the reaction that I was expecting. I was expecting like some. I mean, I don't know. I'm big on calling my parents like, Mom and Dad, I did it. But I mean, I guess you guys signed the pen to the paper and stuff like that first. So get that solidified or whatever. So just to talk about like your coaching journey a little bit. We know that you coach basketball. We know that you played softball in college and you played basketball in college as well too, right? So just a all around athlete. How did you learn the difference between balancing, you know, all these things and becoming a student of the game?
I guess my whole life I've been just busy. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was like 12, I would have like 3 different practices after school. So my parents would just take me all over the place. So I always had a lot going on. So, you know, playing 2 sports in college along with the academic workload, it wasn't that bad. You know, you just find a way to balance everything out.
That's what's up. And where you from again?
Reedsville, North Carolina.
That's what's up. How far is that from Raleigh?
It's about an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not too far. You know Kelvin Harmon?
Yeah, of course.
That's my man right there. That's my man. I know he getting his knee together.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be good to go soon.
Log in. That's what I'm talking about. And Jermaine Pratt.
Yep. Coached him in middle school, which is crazy. Yeah, so I coached him in middle school, and then we played the Bengals this past year. He's on the Bengals, so I got to link up with him again, take a picture.
Y'all was talking trash to each other?
Nah, it wasn't like that.
Because I know he talk trash now.
Nah, it was just a picture. So.
Yeah, I seen the picture. I was like, yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Like, y'all know each other, man. It's a small world. It's really a small world. So, like, we talk about your process, and I know that you started off your coaching career as an intern with the Carolina Panthers. Like, talk about that. Like, you know, what was the experience that you got from that? What did you learn from starting off as an intern with that particular team?
Yeah, it was crazy. I went over there to the practice field to be there for 2 days. Like, I thought I was just gonna be there for rookie mini camp. You know, it was a bunch of people you don't know out there, you know, trying to get contracts. And I don't know, I did something right. And 2 days turned into like 4 or 5 months.
That's what's up.
Wow.
But I learned a lot. I mean, just from being out there, you can't help but to grow as a coach. And I was still a head coach on the college basketball side at the same time. So you just learned a lot of lessons. And, you know, coach always told me to always stay ready and be ready. So that's one of the things I learned.
You do a lot of different things. I could see that you utilize your time wisely. I mean, you said you was a head coach. And doing interning. Like, how did you do all of that stuff at the same time? You know?
You just make it work. I mean, balancing, like I just said, you know, I always had a lot going on, so it wasn't that hard to balance. And obviously, my athletic director was cool. where I was a head coach, and we were next door. So it's not like I couldn't just run over there when I needed to. So sometimes I was bouncing from walking up and down the sidewalk trying to get to building, but it worked out well for me, you know, and everything went well. And, you know, I'm really appreciative to my AD because she allowed me to do it. You know, she didn't have to do that. So she allowed me to do that.
Were there other women at the time when you were coaching, or, you know, when you walked in a place, it was like you and the guys, or what was that kind of like?
Yeah, nah, it was just me. It was it. And I mean, the way the facility is set up in Carolina, like you never really see the business side or anything like that. So like, I was literally like the only female like around, you know, except for practice, we would have a trainer, but that was it. You know, it's a little different in DC just because of the way the building's set up. You see other females sometimes, but in Carolina, it was just me. But I really didn't even think about it. You know, I was so locked in trying to get things done. It wasn't even a big deal to me.
Wow. So I like to call that like a barrier like breaker in a sense, because you're walking around the building, you don't see anybody. First of all, I would imagine you already are not seeing women, but like how many African-American coaches were on the staff period though as well, would you think?
It was probably about half and half in Carolina. Yeah. So we had a good mixture. I mean, Coach Rivera, you know, he's a I guess Mexican descent. So you know, he's a minority in his own right. So he has a very diverse staff, even in Carolina.
That's cool.
That's what's up. And you know, you talked about being like the only female there. So how was it being in a male-dominated sport? You know, how did you become a student of the game and embrace your role, being the, I guess you could say, the only female? Like, how did it feel? How did everybody else embrace you?
Yeah, they were cool, which was great. You know, that helped my process a lot, that I didn't have any, you know, blowback from the other coaches or the players. Like, everybody was cool. And I learned early that, you know, if you can help make them better, help extend their career, help them in any way, like, they don't care who you are, what you look like. So that's when I really just started getting better and better and grinding and asking whatever they needed from me to help make them better. So I think that really helped. And I think Coach Rivera liked that I was like kind of assertive and not just sitting back, letting things happen. And that's how I kept getting invited back.
So what are some of the things that you brought to the team that you feel like truly added value, especially just coming in as a woman in this game?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think the relationships, you know, being able to build relationships from a different perspective. You know, even now, sometimes the rookies, I feel like, kind of come to me when something goes wrong, you know, instead of going to their real coach. Just, I don't know if it's just a relationship with kind of that female, you know, there kind of reminds them of their mom or auntie or sister or
like
whatever.
That comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes I find that happening. They're just, those relationships building with them was huge.
I can see that in you because you're real cool, chill, laid back. So you like the person that's like, all right, I'm going to listen. I'm going to look at listen to what you got.
She was probably like, what y'all got for me today? What's next? What's going on today?
Exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah. So what would you say, since there's not a lot of women in the game of football, what are some misconceptions that you think people have about women coaching and playing? Because I also know that you played football as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the biggest thing I guess people say is that, you know, just how can a woman coach football? But, I mean, I played for 13 years. I've been coaching football low-key for about 10, you know, at various levels. So, you know, it didn't just happen. I didn't just pop up in the NFL. I was doing it for a long time. So I think those are the biggest things people say. But, I mean, really, as long as the people in the building are good with me, like, I don't really care what everybody else say. I don't really read all the Twitter comments and stuff. 'Cause, you know, people get real comfortable.
The trolls.
Yeah, they get real comfortable typing from their basement when they not right, you know, face to face.
Yeah, when they see you, they be like,
exactly.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. So I don't even read that stuff, man. But my friends and stuff, they be on it. They always let me know what's going on.
Oh, so they clap back for you.
For sure.
You got the clap back
Absolutely.
friends.
I got those kind of friends.
Yeah, they loyal.
I chill, though. I don't worry about it.
That's law.
So since you coached for 10 years, is there a specific time that you can recall that you just thoroughly enjoyed the most about coaching? Like, what level was it? What position were you coaching at the time?
I mean, I have a bunch of moments, you know, just coaching. It's been some good times. Even when I first started coaching in middle school, just watching their growth and development. And then we had someone like Pratt who started in middle school and now he's in the NFL. Just to see those types of things are cool. And I mean, most recently our playoff run that we made, just because, you know, we started the season slow and had to get a lot together. But then we got hot. You know, we got hot late and was able to win a division and make it to the playoffs. So that was big.
Now, that was amazing for the DMV. My dad is a huge Washington fan, and he has endured the ups and downs throughout the franchise, but he always rocked with him. His favorite player was Sean Taylor or whatever, and he always says the only jersey that I would rock for the NFL is Sean Taylor. But if Chase Young give me a jersey, I'm gonna wear that joint. He was like, if Chase Young give me a signed jersey, I'm gonna rock that.
Yeah.
So what changed within that team that allowed you all to have the success that y'all had this year?
I think it just took time. I mean, we had like the youngest team in the league, and we didn't have a normal offseason, so we didn't have OTAs and things like that. So, I think it was a combination of just growing together and also coaches fight with cancer. I mean, he's fighting cancer. He's still at work like every day. He's at practice every day. And you can't imagine how he feels, but he's out there battling. So I think the team really just started battling. They saw what he was going through and how he battled. So the team just kind of took those characteristics and started battling too. And we were competitive when we were losing, but then we started finding a way to win those close games, and it just turned the season around.
So how did y'all find a way to win in those close games specifically? Because you say y'all found a way to win, but what was the way?
I mean, the NFL is so close. So one play, not turning the ball over, or creating a turnover or takeaway, or getting a big first down. It's the small things that win games in the NFL. It's not, the big plays necessarily all the time. It might be a play that happened in the second quarter, when no one's paying attention. That's the difference in the game. So I think a lot of those type plays started going our way. We needed a turnover, defense got us a turnover. Exactly. Or we needed a score, offense scored. Right. So I think those things were why we start winning.
I think, and with football in general, I know you need all 11 guys. You can't win the game with just one person. Yep. Everybody got to do their job, and it's very important that you pay attention to the small details, because this game is a game of inches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 1 yard or one down can get you to that touchdown and so forth and so forth. Yeah. So, and then to take advantage of not having penalties, you know what I'm saying? Because too many penalties can obviously put you in a situation where you can potentially lose a game. Because I know when we was in college, we look at after the game, said we had a loss, we look at how many penalties we had, how many people jumped off sides, how many interceptions it was, how many turnovers. Yeah. It's like these are the things that cannot happen in order for us to win the game. And the moment that we can minimize those mistakes and minimize those penalties and turnovers, we'll be better off winning than anything. So I feel
absolutely.
I'm learning a lot about football as we speak right now. I'm like, I watch it, learning still. I'm cool with it though. I guess I'll be a homie, Washington fan or whatever.
Come on over.
When I watch, it's because I hear my dad yelling, something about to happen. I'm like, oh, they must be about to score or something. Washington's doing something good today. Yeah. But what opportunities have you found that they have for women in coaching football? We know that you attended the NFL Women's in Coaching Forum in January 2018, and would you say there's a lot of stuff like that in place? And how do you go about, because it's like really foreign to me, how do you go about like seeking opportunities to get into football?
Yeah, that's the biggest one. Like, it's not a lot of opportunities, but the Women's Coaches Forum is the biggest one. It's actually coming up, I think, in the next couple of weeks, like virtually this year. But, essentially what it does, Sam Rappaport with the league, she's in charge of the diversity. She pretty much finds like 40 qualified women, not just coaches, but, PR, operations, social media, everything, and brings them to the forum. And it's take place at the combine. So everybody's already there.
Everybody's there.
All
like
the head
networking
coaches,
and stuff.
GMs are there. And we have different symposiums and programs. So you actually put in front of these people who make decisions, so they get to see you, get to know you. And that's how I met Coach Rivera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I was at his round table, at the forum, and I had to find a way to let him know I was right next door and what I wanted to do. So I worked my way in, and we built a relationship from there. That's how it started.
And it seems like relationships is really key.
That's it, man.
You never know who watching you, and you never know really just who watching you, honestly.
Right.
So it's always best to portray yourself in a positive manner.
Yeah. So you said she brought in like 40 girls. It wasn't like a application process or
it's a process. But they can only take 40, so you might get
that's crazy. So like you were one out of however many applications was sent in, and like you stood out. That's what I'm really taking from that. So do you think it was like your resume that stood out to them the most, or did she have like prior knowledge of who you were?
Yeah, we had met before just through email, but I mean, resume. I think my playing career helped a lot, and you know, the people that I had met, you know, back to those relationships again. You know, the people that spoke for me and you know, got me into the program.
Right, and what we gonna talk about this playing career. I need to hear the numbers. What was you doing out there? We know that you played. You was full suited up. It wasn't. You played flag football too, though, correct?
Yeah. I played some flag too.
Yeah, so I want to hear about it. We need to know about women's football and how it's growing as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. I started playing in Carolina and played there for like 10 seasons, and we won a national championship. And I was a quarterback, played some receiver. And we had a high power offense, so my numbers were good thanks to everybody around me. You know, I mean, I made some plays, but we had some dogs, so we won a bunch of games there. Then I played in New York for a year, and we won a championship there. And 2 years ago, because of COVID, I played here in DC with the Divas. So
so you were with the Divas,
Yep.
The Divas are like that.
But women's football is taking off. Like from where I started to now, it's crazy. Like you got the WNFC league now. I mean, they have Adidas sponsorships. They got a Riddell sponsorship, which is like a helmet, shoulder pad supplier. So they're doing really big things.
What was your favorite position? Because you played quarterback and wide receiver. What would you say you like doing more?
Yeah, like in my heart, I always felt like I was a receiver. I always trained like the guys I trained with were receivers, but I always played quarterback. So I guess. I mean, I can't escape it. I'm a quarterback.
Given quarterback.
Exactly.
Okay.
To be honest, either way, you gotta have hands for both positions.
For sure.
I ain't never seen a quarterback that didn't have hands.
Gotta have them. You catching the ball every play.
Every play.
Yeah.
Every quarterback got hands.
Yeah, and it's not always just right in front of you.
Right,
So
exactly.
sometimes you gotta reach out.
No facts. So what is your favorite position to actually coach?
Yeah, I mean, I really like working with the running backs now. You know, just because, you know, in the NFL offenses, running backs do everything. So, you know, my background working with receivers comes into play because we throw the ball so much to the back. So we had a back caught 80 balls this year. It was a lot of passes. So, so I work with him a lot on receiving stuff. And then, obviously, they run the ball, protections. So the running backs do a little bit of everything. So it's fun working with them.
That's tough. Who would you say is your favorite player or just person at the staff?
On the staff?
Oh, you gonna put her out there?
I know, right? Look. I like everybody. Just saying,
She gonna get the Washington Post.
She likes everybody.
I think. I work with Randy Jordan. He's the running back coach. So me and him spend the most time together. And I mean, I love that dude. He's so funny, but he's so knowledgeable at the same time. The players love him. So he's a great coach. That's
what's up. Who would you say is the hardest working player on the team?
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of hard workers, man. They're there early, like super early, getting that work in.
Who the hardest worker?
I'm trying to think who's there.
Top
like,
three.
Super early. I know Alex Smith.
I'm
obviously.
like top 3 is better. I'm like,
I mean, you gotta say Alex Smith from what he came back from.
That is true.
You know, so he has to be probably number 1. Let's be real with it. But
facts.
No, I remember that game when he played. And my mom was like, "Dang, Alex Smith is getting in the game." She was like, "What?"
Yeah, it happened fast. We were the same way. But man, top 3. I will say this in my own defense. It was different this year because of COVID. So really, they were only in the facility like for practices. So it wasn't like somebody could come in at like 5 a.m.
really
to get extra work in. Yeah, except if they were injured. But
that
I
was
just say
probably
Alex
hard.
Yeah, his leg was destroyed.
Yeah, like how? Who thought you would have came back?
Right, that was amazing.
It's a blessing. That
great guy too. Yeah,
that's what's up.
That was probably hard for the season then because the players then have to find like a new type of discipline like within their self to get up and get their workouts and stuff like that in. And I mean, they do get paid, so you would think they would do it, but I feel like that was probably a tough stretch, just navigating COVID like everybody was. And I don't think you guys were necessarily like hit with it too hard where you had too many postponements.
We did a really good
like
job.
that.
Yeah, our team did a really good job, and they could lift after practice, so they got the lift in. But essentially, like halfway through the season, we couldn't have anything in person, so it was all Zoom, and then they would come practice, lift, and be gone. So we would only see them for 2 hours a day, which is crazy.
Yeah, I have a question about Chase Young. How did the players like gravitate to this? This rookie coming in like. He's talking out there. I listened to him like mic'd up and stuff like that a few times, and just real passionate about the game and really trying to turn the franchise around.
I mean, Chase is he's a special dude. You know, obviously he's a special talent on the football field, but he's like a born leader. You know, he came in and was very vocal, and then he started making a bunch of plays, and people just started following him. And he was kind of a natural leader for our team, and people really respected him. You know, I have a ton of respect for him for what he did for us this year. And, I mean, I can't believe, you know, he did what he did as far as leadership coming into the NFL like that as a rookie, especially not being like a quarterback, you know, he's a DN, but, you know, he'd had a great season, and I'm excited to see him next year too.
I am too, actually.
Impact. That's that DeMatha right there.
Go ahead. Shout DeMatha out.
You know
Go ahead.
Shout out to DeMatha. Can I? Nah, man, I was about to sing the DeMatha song. I ain't even gonna do it. Not today. But yeah, DeMatha Stags. We stand tall. For all that is true.
So you basically just sang the song.
He did. Lucky.
Okay. Right. Just wanted to put that out there.
Facts. So we talked about just like who was the hardest working person and all that stuff like that. But I want to figure out like what are some of the trials and tribulations that you face coming into this game as a woman.
A woman of color, especially. I mean, let's get it right.
I mean, the biggest thing for me was leaving basketball, just because we had just won national championship. Like, life was good for me. You know what I'm saying? Coming off a national championship. Yeah. Job security is good. You know, we had a team that could probably repeat. And then I just walked away in the middle of the year to go coach football full time. So I went essentially from the top of the totem pole to the bottom. Right. So that was the hardest part. But, I mean, when it's something you want, you got to go for it. I didn't want to live with that doubt. Like, man, what would have happened if I would have did that? Or I would have. So, like, my answer is always, like, yes. When people ask me, you know, advice on stuff, like, try it. You know, if it blows up in your face, you can figure out from there, but don't live with regrets. So that was a big thing for me, just stepping out on that faith and going with it.
Very true. And who or what person in your family, like, played football or other type of sports? Like, how did you – I know you said your parents drove you around and, you know, put you in sports and stuff like that when you was younger, but who was kind of like the driving force behind all of this? Or were you, like, telling your parents that you wanted to do X, Y, Z?
Yeah, it was partly me and partly my older sister, just because – we were always at her games, you know, and obviously you see her out there.
Tired of sitting in the gym and not
like,
participating.
I can't wait till it's my turn. You know, I want to be better than her. So, you know, that really drove me to be better, especially in basketball, softball. But football-wise, I had a cousin that played, so we went to a lot of their games, and I was just always around sports. So you couldn't help but try to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you say that your goal is to be an NFL head coach one day?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. You know, really, right now, I'm just trying to be the best assistant running back coach I can be.
I hear you. Just taking it one day at a
because,
time.
You know, coach always talks about be where your feet are, and I think that's so important as a coach to do the best job wherever you are. Because, you know, this coaching business is tough, and, you know, you start looking ahead and stuff, and you're not doing your job, then you don't have a job. So,
I like that. I like that. So what is the day in a life of, like, coaching? Because you talk about, like, how do I describe it? Like, you're all about your business. You're like work. So I just want to kind of know, like, what do you go in and kind of try to tackle first, or is every day different?
Yeah, I mean, in season, you kind of know what you need to get done every day because you kind of become a robot in season. You know, on Monday, this is going to happen. Tuesday, this is going to happen. I need to have this done by this time. So it kind of helps just because of that, but you still got to do it every single week. So the things that you prepare, the matchup tapes that you make every week, you have to do every single week. And usually, you know, I get started probably on Thursday or Friday for the next opponent, just because if I wait, I'll never be on time with
doing
it. So
scout and stuff like that.
So usually maybe Thursday and Friday, I'll start working ahead and then kind of lock back in on Saturday for whoever we're playing.
Yeah, I used to feel very bad for the football players at our school because they used to be up at the crack of God's ass at like 5 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
They would they would have film, practice, lift, breakfast, come back and have some sort of another film.
Oh, yeah.
And then another practice.
Yeah,
and the team is so big. I was like, y'all are like, really doing a lot.
We got involuntary meetings.
Right.
Yeah. And involuntary you better be there.
Yeah, your ass better be there.
Right.
It ain't voluntary. But hold on. Crazy part is you had a voluntary workouts. And no, somebody don't come, and they calling your phone like, "Where the hell you at?" You be like, "Yo, this is voluntary." You be like, "No, you need to bring your ass in. What are you doing?" You feel what I'm saying? Like,
don't fall for that.
Yeah, don't fall for that. Nah, yeah, you done messed up when you did that.
For sure.
That's funny. Are you a disciplinarian? would you say? Like, somebody do something wrong. You like, no. I can imagine you being like a talker first. Like, all right, guys, I need you to kind of get it together. And then I feel like you're a punisher.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was different. I was a little different when I was a head coach, just because I was a head coach.
Yeah.
So you talk to some of my college kids, and what I'm about to say, they're gonna be like, "No, she won't." But like right now, I'm much more chill, just because. I mean, I'm working with elite pro athletes, so it's a different. They're just different. They're not college girls, you know. They're grown athletes, pro athletes. So, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you might have to get with somebody, but for the most part, I mean, they just want to be better. They know what they did wrong. You know, how can I fix it, or what happened? Why did it happen? So it's just a different mindset for most of these guys, how they handle those things.
I think that's the best thing because, I mean, in college, you got some people that don't want to be better.
Yeah.
And you got to get them into shape. But it's like, to be honest, in college, they trying to weed those people out. Yep. Like, it's sorry to say, but you got to go. Like, if you don't want to be here and be a positive impact on the team, you got to go, you know what I'm saying? Because you being a cancer, you're not helping us. You're not helping us win. Yep. You're taking us away from what we need to be doing, and what we need to be doing is winning. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel you. Because in the NFL, from what I hear, like I said, a lot of the guys, they already professional. They know what they need to do. They've been doing it since they was a kid. Yeah. So, like, this is not teaching you how to tackle. This is not telling you, oh, yeah, you need to do this outside of the field. Like, don't do this. You know what not to do. So right now, it's just like, focus on being the best player that you could possibly be, and they already doing that.
Yeah.
That's why they made it that far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely different.
That's what's up. So, fun fact, we actually know that you were in the law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's I'm like, how did this lady then did everything?
Exactly. Like,
right. I don't know if it's PC for the joke no more. I ain't gonna say it, but on a bunch of jobs.
I'm like, yo, like,
you was never not employed.
Nah. So like, being in that position, did it ever put you in tough conversations with your family and friends? Because everything that's going on right now with just racial inequality and police brutality. Like, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on both sides now. I've been profiled before like anybody else, but I've also been on the police side of it too. So sometimes I think I see things a lot differently than just a regular person because I'm more of a trained eye. So sometimes I see stuff and it's like, I probably would have did the same thing. Or, that people see differently. And then sometimes it's like, they definitely probably could have handled that differently. So, but that's how, I'm not going to be like just all pro police, like they never mess up, or just on the other side of things. I'm pretty much in the middle. Right. Like, sometimes I feel like they do a good job and sometimes they don't. I mean, it all depends on how they're trained and how they react, in that situation.
That's perspective, because I feel that way too. I feel like at the end of the day, police officers, they're human. Do I agree with a lot of the stuff that happens that gets the national buzz and stuff like that? Of course not. But, I just feel like what more so upsets me about like actions that go down is how it's handled when it goes to court and stuff like that. You know,
that's a whole different.
You know what I mean. And I won't even get into all that. Yeah. But that's the part that like gets me. It's like, okay, so this happened, but what happens next is like it just brings a cycle of like hurt and just pain and stuff like that in in this country. So what would you say like the conversations were that you had to have with your friends and stuff like that when you were about to go into law enforcement?
Yeah, I mean, my friends are cool. We have real conversations. Just they ask questions, which is cool. No one just assumes stuff. And sometimes something would happen. They would ask me my opinion before they kind of just start saying stuff.
There.
Yeah, just how I felt about it, just because obviously I have a different perspective. And I mean, it's crazy to be a police officer, man. You go through a lot of stuff, and
I would be traumatized.
And I worked in the hood, so we got it in. So,
I want to. You were in Baltimore?
No. I was in North Carolina.
So you were in North Carolina when you did that? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. South side of High Point. So, I mean, it was bad. It was a lot that went on, but you meet some good people, and then sometimes you meet them in bad situations. But it's just so much goes on, and that's why I think you know, it needs a better communication with both sides, you know, because, I mean, a lot of police genuinely want to be good and want to treat people fairly and do a good job. And so.
And sometimes.
Right. And, I mean,
stuff unfortunately happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And stuff happens to police, too. I mean, I had 3 of my friends got shot last week.
Oh, my
God. You know?
My gosh.
Yeah, they're okay, thank goodness. But, I mean, they were on a call and stuff went bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think on both ends, people need to take ownership on both ends.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you can get racially profiled by a police, but then also how do you respond when you're in that situation? Because you and I both know when you get in that situation and you take the person that's being racially profiled, take it further, you can put you in a situation where it's like, all right, now it's about to get out of hand.
Absolutely.
Versus just like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and chill. I'm going to let you do your thing.
De-escalate. Yeah.
And I'm going to de-escalate the situation. You're right. So it's just like, I'm going to go ahead and let you do your thing so I can just go home.
Absolutely. And sometimes people bring it on themselves. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They do something to bring something on themselves and then try to,
you know, like, all right, you did the most.
Like,
a little bit.
Like, we're having this encounter because of what you did.
Yeah.
So
like, you don't see a guy, they put out their phone, they get the cursing the police out. Like the police ain't going to look at you like, all right, I'm still human. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think both parties need to work on trying to really de-escalate the situation because it is great people that's just been in bad situations, you know, and that those situations shouldn't define them. And that moment right there shouldn't be a life or death situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like.
I feel like as time goes on, because we've seen like throughout the leagues, which I have been more than impressed with, the WNBA and how, you know, working on the social media side, we're advocates for our players who protest these things. And, you know, the NFL going all the way back to Cap, players in the NBA wearing, you know, Black Lives Matter shirts and stuff like that. I just feel like sometimes things will happen, as we mentioned, but continuing to address it on that higher scale, I think it being in sports is also a great thing. And, you know, hopefully we see change someday. I think that's all you can really hope for is that change and people doing that great work. You know, it just pays off.
Facts.
Yeah.
And you made a wonderful achievement, you know. So with that achievement, I want to know, like, what does Black History mean to you? What's Black History Month mean to you? Because now you're literally a part.
Yeah, man. I still can't that part hasn't like hit me. Yeah, I think that's something that'll hit me like later, like to be Black history, because I love history, so I love like learning Black history facts. I love it.
You're gonna be in a book.
Yeah,
I know, but that's the part. Like,
now.
but like when people mention names and then they mention my name, it's like y'all. I don't belong in that list, you know. But so it hasn't really hit me yet. So I mean, it's cool, and I think it's important to be that representation I ain't have.
Right.
So, but that's the biggest thing I look forward to, just being a representation.
Right.
That's what's up.
Would you say, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
She's very humble.
Have people like reached out to you for like mentorship and stuff like that? And how do you like, I know that can be like overwhelming because, you know, you want to be there for everybody. And it's like at the end of the day, like I got a job to do too. So it's not dissing you. You just have to find that balance. But, you know, what is it like when young women reach out to you basically telling you like they want to be like you someday?
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I didn't anticipate all that happening. You know, like I'm chilling. Like I'm excited for the job.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I just start getting all these messages from people. And I mean, I try to respond. Sometimes I can't because I just have so many. But I try. I mean, if people are really serious about it, I try to at least give them advice and kind of share how I got to where I am.
Right. Right.
That's what's up. So what tips do you give women that are trying to follow your footsteps? You know?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I tell them is just like be ready, like study your craft, because you never know when you're gonna get your opportunity.
Right.
So don't get your opportunity. You're not ready because you haven't been preparing for it. So that's the biggest thing. And then just, you know, as a female in football, you got to have that mindset and that confidence to walk in, you know, chest high, chin up, you know, with the I mean, but have that mentality because, you know, in sports, man, the weak get eaten. So you got to come in like ready to roll. Absolutely. So don't go in shy and, you know, really be prepared, you know, when that opportunity comes and be willing to be great.
You know what's crazy though? I feel like, and I'm pretty sure you can speak more on this, just women in general, when they go into like the work world, they have to have that mentality regardless.
Yep.
Because it's just
you
like,
know, black women from little girls are taught you gotta be twice as good.
Exactly. And to be honest, it's like, dang, like it shouldn't even be like that.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. But it goes to show you how strong women really are, especially black women at that. So, you know, to see you speak on that.
I feel like it's getting better though. Like as far as I can turn on the TV now and I'll see like a color commentator or something like that, or a play-by-play person or a sideline reporter. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a black woman like calling football games or hockey or, you know, anything really. I think, you know, it's going to continue to be up. So it's something that I think is positive, and I think something that has worked in our favor and is continuing to evolve is how women are helping women. It's not, you know, just, oh, she got the job because of whatever reason. I like the fact that you can reach out to somebody like Jennifer King and she might reply, like, you know, if time permits, and social media and stuff like that is making it easier for women to help one another out.
Facts. No, that's facts. That's facts. Dang, that's what's up.
You want to do some rapid fire, Jennifer?
All right, let's try
Oh, she's down for the rapid fire.
Let's
okay, first of all, we got to ask you, do you eat meat? Are you a vegan or anything before we ask you food choices?
I'm like a carnivore.
Oh, okay.
She's like, hey. The ribs, I got you. I'm crushing.
So one thing got to go. This is your Thanksgiving plate.
Oh.
One thing got to go.
Right.
We got yams on the plate.
Yams on the plate.
We got mac and cheese on the plate. We got fried chicken. And we got string beans might be easy to eliminate.
Yeah, I'm crossing out string beans.
Okay,
fast.
this is her
Pretty
question.
much whatever's on deck is gotta
go. Okay, give me one more. Give me one more. Thanksgiving. That's like.
You said macaroni and cheese.
Yes, I mix the macaroni and cheese and yams together.
Me too. That shit hit.
Got to.
With the fried chicken, that's cookout food for real. That's really the cookout food.
That's
baked beans.
Thanksgiving. Baked beans?
Baked
baked beans can go.
Baked beans.
I told you what the three things you talked about. Whatever's next is going. Those are the top three things.
Okay, so we leaving it to those three. Yeah. What's going?
Oh, out of those three?
Yes, out of those three, we got macaroni and cheese, yams, and fried chicken.
I'm gonna get rid of the chicken for that meal.
Okay.
For yams and mac and cheese.
I thought that was a good question.
First of all, fried chicken. It is a good question, but fried chicken ain't good. Fried food ain't good for you anyway. So I'm gonna cross that thing out. I'd rather take the sweet stuff.
I love fried chicken.
The greasy stuff.
I do too. But you know, when it comes to soul food, the sides are the best part most of the time.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's what's
I
up.
want deviled eggs, potato salad.
All sides.
All sides. That's true. That's true.
All right, okay, that's
okay. Go ahead. You give her a rapid fire because that wasn't very rapid fire. That was like a process of elimination.
I know.
That's true. But I got you though. Pancakes or waffles right now?
Waffles. Yeah. Shout out to Waffle House.
That's that North Carolina stuff. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Waffle House is better down south.
It's only down south, isn't it?
Well, further down south because we have them in Virginia.
Yes. Yeah. I drove 57 minutes.
You went to the one in Woodbridge?
Was it in Woodbridge? I don't know. I was asleep. My man's drove.
Yeah.
But 57 minutes to get that all-star breakfast.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
With the cheese on the eggs.
All right, Hulu or Netflix?
Lately it's been Hulu because I had a little joint on Hulu, so I was watching.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yo,
hold on. Part of a project. It was cool.
They don't have no movies.
No, Hulu be good.
But see,
I was on there for Valentine's Day.
I'm so busy, I never get to see shows, so I catch up on Hulu. Yeah.
So then, what's your favorite movie then?
Of all time?
Of all time. What's the movie that you can watch every day and eat your cereal to if you eat cereal?
Yeah, eat your cereal.
I mean, I have a list. I mean,
you can only
all
pick
like
one,
classics though.
You can only pick one.
Only one.
I need to know the classics. I'm a classic type.
I mean, it's all like black classics. So like, I like your Harlem Nights, Coming to America, Rush Hours, you know, those Boys in the Hood. So those are my
no Fridays, no Fridays.
Of course.
I'm about to say
Friday after next Friday.
Yeah. Day.
So any of those.
Do you like Crooklyn?
And almost every day, one of those on TV. I found out during the quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's Black History Month, so they gonna play all that.
Absolutely.
All that shit.
Very true.
Yeah, I do like Crooklyn, by the way.
Yes. So there we go. Okay. All right, we got the black classics. What is your favorite color?
Black.
Well, we can tell.
Okay, there we go.
I should have said something else.
That's what's up, man. But yeah, we ain't even gonna ask you all them damn questions. Wrap your head.
We gotta get better with our rapid fire, but we learned a little bit about you.
Yeah.
We'll do better next time.
That was easy. I thought I was about to be in the hot seat.
Nah, we ain't gonna do you like that. These people.
We took it easy on her.
I appreciate it.
You got a game breaker? Just a last one that we can finish it off.
We good, man. You don't gotta hit me with the Euro. We done went through it.
Don't they got the would you rather questions?
We ain't playing would you rather.
Would you rather is actually hard.
Yeah.
It's actually really hard because you got to really make a decision. You seen the movie Would You Rather? Did you? You never seen that?
Is that a horror movie?
Yes, people was dying.
I probably saw it.
Yeah. Would you rather whoop his ass or get stabbed?
Come on now.
His ass.
Right.
Okay, give her one more. Or LeBron James or MJ?
Oh my God.
I know.
Woo.
That's messed up. I mean, I think
She said that's messed
because of my childhood, I'm gonna go with MJ because that's who I grew up on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then for me personally, I love Bron, but it's like I got Jordan and then Kobe and then Bron for me. Just
Yes,
my
sir.
personal
I'm a
opinion.
Kobe fan,
Bron's
yeah.
clearly, amazing, but nothing against him. It's just my personal order.
Yes, mama
Yeah.
mentality.
Are you looking at me like that?
I would like to debate on that, but I will not. I will not. You said
Personal opinion.
Mike, Kobe,
LeBron. Yes.
Personal opinion.
Kobe Bryant.
I love
First
LeBron.
of all,
Yeah.
LeBron is the best overall person, individual, athlete in America. In America.
Yeah.
In America. People put so much doubt on that man for nothing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the greats always
it's
gonna
crazy.
get
The
doubted.
slander's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
no, they slander that man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't understand
He
why.
don't deserve- yeah.
He does nothing.
But I mean, that's what
Literally
that's what
nothing.
happened to the greats.
They don't do that to Michael Jordan.
but people hated him.
People
too.
just die over his shoes.
Yeah.
Sir, LeBron is at home or whenever he's just chilling in his, however much his house costs, doing his thing. He ain't worried about them people. He's straight. He's set for life.
Man,
Right.
hey LeBron, you got my respect because you my
I
inspiration.
ain't say I didn't respect.
Well, no. They respect you, but I got you number one on gang for real. Uninterrupted. They need to holler at us for real.
Not on game.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
That way.
He went hard.
Yeah, but no, we definitely appreciate having you on the show, man. It was a great experience. Appreciate you coming out, taking your time. I mean, I know it's probably late right now.
Yeah.
But that
I
just
don't even
goes.
got my watch on today.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how much you believe in what we doing, and you
No doubt.
we really appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. This is dope.
Yeah, I just enjoy meeting you so much. This is great, just meeting like another Black woman in the industry and just networking and stuff like that. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you on the sidelines and just continuing to follow your success. But we also have something for you. We couldn't let you go without a gift.
Okay.
So here we go. We got the goodie bag.
Pass the red bag. Pass the
Got the
red bag.
red bag.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
I know it's red. You would have thought it was for Valentine's Day, but you know, we kind of like the color red.
Red.
You know what I'm saying?
You a steak guy.
We
Let's
got
pass it down the line.
Yeah, we
Well,
got some.
do you want us to present? No, you open it
Yeah, you
yourself.
can do it.
Yeah, oh, okay. She
I
wants
ain't
to
want to
show.
mess
She
the
wants
mic
to start
up.
it. Okay.
So the
Yeah.
dun.
Right.
Go ahead, Tykera. You do the
What's up?
dun.
What's up?
All right, so you got some headphones. We don't know if you like games.
Yeah,
or
we don't
not.
know if you game or anything like
Oh,
that.
I love Call of Duty.
Oh,
Boom.
boom.
Yeah.
You can be
Boom.
on the headset talking to people,
Oh,
talking
that's
your
what's
shit.
up.
Yeah, man. You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that.
It's crazy. It's a 16-year-old actually made this company.
Really?
16
Young-
years old.
young black
Made this
boy.
company. He actually
Good
got a
for
shirt
him.
for you too.
Appreciate
No,
that.
well,
That's
actually,
nice.
it's actually a hoodie. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
even
Then we
better.
got the Law Athlete T-shirt for you. You know what I'm
Boom,
saying?
that's law.
You got to rock that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
I'll
sure.
build it back up
Absolutely.
for you.
Bop, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. We got a
I
note for you.
appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? And then another sponsor. They
Sheesh.
gave you a shirt or
All
whatever. Boom. So yeah, it's Merry Christmas.
It really is. I
Merry
appreciate
Christmas.
that,
Yeah,
man. Y'all
Merry
doing
Christmas.
some great things around here, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So
Thank
that's
y'all.
So
for you.
hopefully
Thank you.
we treated you the best out of all your 1,000 interviews. Now that
Right.
you're leaving with a nice look.
Yeah, I ain't never left with nothing.
They be like, y'all got to step your game up.
Right.
They over here giving us stuff.
Yeah.
The gifts only get better.
Oh man, well it's been fun, you all. We gonna wrap up this episode. Tykera Carter here, along with the man Deonte Holden, Jennifer King. That's a wrap.
Boom.
Talking here?
Yes, sir. Yo.
Yo.
Hear me.
Really, can you hear it, right?
Yeah, I hear it outside of that.
I think it's coming to the... Hello.
Where does it come from?
Please, sir, release, sir.
You got a new cord?
Mm-hmm. Please, sir, release.
Yo.
All right.
Yo.
Let me just see something first. All right, I'm gonna just record it.